Here are 10 mistakes I made as a beginner when trading crypto that I wished I had someone to guide me and help me not make those mistakes. The first mistake I made as a beginner was purchasing cryptocurrencies just because I felt like purchasing them or because there was some hype about them on Twitter, Instagram, and other social media. I failed to realize that when purchasing a cryptocurrency, it is important to go through the tokenomics of that cryptocurrency. Of course, the word tokenomics is a combination of the word token and economics. If you go to the website of a particular cryptocurrency, you'll be able to see the exact tokenomics of that cryptocurrency. You'll be able to see whether that cryptocurrency has a limited supply, whether the investors and the founders of that cryptocurrency locked up their investment in that cryptocurrency for a considerable period of time so as to secure their long-term investment in that crypto project. Now, just suppose that with founders or early investors that dump their holdings in the cryptocurrency as soon as it is released into the market to you and I to buy. The second mistake I made as a beginner in cryptocurrency was storing my cryptocurrency on centralized exchanges like Bybit or Binance. Now, if you are holding cryptocurrencies long term, you should store them on a decentralized wallet, either a hot wallet or a cold wallet, but not on centralized exchanges like Binance or Bybit or any other centralized exchange that you are accustomed to. The next mistake I made as a beginner trading cryptocurrency was using high leverage. Now, when you get exposed to leverage trading in crypto and you see that you have the ability to use $100 as though it is $200, as though it is $300, as though it is $400, you get excited, and this excitement could lead to you using very high leverage. You could be using up to 20x, 30x. What that means is 20 times your money, 30 times your money, and of course, you get to realize what it means to be liquidated. The next mistake I made as a beginner when trading cryptocurrency was not using the principle called dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is a principle where you divide your money into batches. Assuming you had $1,000, you divide that $1,000 into a batch of 5. Each batch contains a $200 batch. So when you are purchasing your spot trading or your leverage trading, you make your purchases batch by batch. What that does is that it reduces your average buying price. Now, assuming a person bought Bitcoin at $20,000, $40,000, $60,000, $90,000, and thereabout. With the principle of dollar cost averaging, the person will find out that overall they bought their cryptocurrency at, like, let's say $45,000. Now compare that to buying everything at the price of like $90,000. Another mistake I made as a beginner in the cryptocurrency space is abandoning Bitcoin for other cryptocurrencies. Now, it was a painful realization for me when I found out that every other cryptocurrency is created by a team to enrich themselves and not to enrich me and you. When me and you buy those other cryptocurrencies, we are usually late to the party, and the people that created those coins get to dump their holdings on us. Bitcoin is the one and only major cryptocurrency. There are ways to go about investing and leverage trading these other cryptocurrencies, but it's important for you not to sell your Bitcoins or abandon Bitcoins and divert your money into the other cryptocurrencies. It's important you hold Bitcoin long term, probably even hold it forever if you can, and simply take loans off your Bitcoin in times of need. When I got into crypto, there is this thing of when you are a beginner, you recognize some persons are experts in a particular field and you just want to dump your money on them so that they can trade for you. Now, that always, almost 99% of the time, leads to loss of funds. That's one mistake that I made, and I would advise you never to make that mistake. In the world of cryptocurrency, your lack of knowledge is the risk and not the cryptocurrency market itself. No matter how stressful it is, ensure that you get a sort of training in the crypto space and learn to make your trades by yourself. This will be very important for your crypto journey. Another mistake I made as a beginner in the cryptocurrency space was always listening to influencers on YouTube and Twitter about their predictions of the market, rather than investing in my cryptocurrency education and learning to make analysis for myself and understanding that in the cryptocurrency space, there is both a bull market and there is a bear market, and there are methods and skills and strategies to make money from these times in the market. Because the feeling as a beginner is that someone else that you see in the cryptocurrency space is so knowledgeable and you trust their judgment, and that usually ends up in a bad way when it comes to predicting the prices of coins, rather than doing detailed analysis on the tokenomics of that particular cryptocurrency you want to invest in. Another mistake I made as a beginner when I started trading cryptocurrency was focusing on only spot trading. I had heard of futures and leverage trading, but I concluded that people that do futures and leverage trading are simply gamblers. Now, fast forward to 5 years into the cryptocurrency space. As at now, I only trade futures or leverage trading. When I use spot, I simply use it to buy my long-term investments and store them away. Leverage trading is a very profitable way of trading the cryptocurrency. And like I said earlier, your lack of knowledge is the risk and not the market itself. The next mistake I made as a beginner is not utilizing a demo account. A demo account is very important for testing strategies, testing trades, and testing out your ideas in the cryptocurrency space. What beginners usually do, beginners usually use their live cash, money they need for important needs to trade. And what usually happens when those needs comes up, they are unable to fulfill those needs and they end up messing up their trades because of the psychological block of having a need and running a crypto portfolio. So a demo account would have been very useful in testing trade strategies and doing all your learning there. Now, fast forward to today, people usually ask me, it's a demo account, I won't think it's real money. But I usually respond to them that when pilots are learning to fly planes, they learn to fly planes via simulators. If they had the feeling of it's not an actual plane, it's a simulator, what will happen when they hold an actual plane, right? But that's not the attitude that they use. So I suggest that you have the attitude that a demo account actually should feel like real money to you. The last mistake I'm going to share in this video that I made as a beginner is that I failed to recognize that the crypto market is very volatile. So when the market dropped about 30, 40, 50%, I was in shock. I mean, how can the market move so suddenly? But today I began to realize that you can simply manage your expectations and realize that the cryptocurrency market is volatile, and instead of the volatility of the market working against you, with certain skills and strategies, you can make it work for you. I hope this video helped you in your journey as a beginner in the cryptocurrency space.